Memphis Grizzlies continue to be active in the trade market this summer, trading away another veteran guard that they had previously acquired via trade and flipping it for someone that they could potentially have a rebuild project on and try to make a valuable part of their team moving forward. That player is Jarrett Culver, who they have acquired alongside Hernangomez from the Minnesota Timberwolves for Patrick Beverley, who they just recently acquired in a trade with the Clippers where they got rid of Eric Bledsoe, who they also recently acquired this summer. So Memphis is keep acquiring veteran guards, flipping them. They have kept Rajon Rondo, but they have flipped Patrick Beverley. The salaries are about the same either way here, so no one's really gaining or losing anything from a cap standpoint. As far as what Minnesota are getting, they're getting a solid backup point guard who can give them some good defense, and defense is something that Minnesota probably needs. So behind D'Angelo Russell now, they now have Patrick Beverley. That's a nice little pickup for them on a one-year deal. On the flip side, they've been looking to get rid of Jarrett Culver for a while, pretty much 15 to 20 games into his NBA career. They knew that they didn't like him as a prospect and he probably wasn't going to succeed, which is pretty poor of your scouting considering he was a 6th overall pick. And that soon you were like, yeah, we don't care about him anymore. He's not going to be good. But Memphis obviously want to take a shot on him, and Memphis have one of the best player development groups in the league as far as what we have seen from their development in their roster in the last few years on guys that have been picked late in the draft or as undrafted free agents. So I think this is a nice little pickup here from Memphis. I don't think he's going to play a massive role, but I think they're definitely going to try and get him in the gym, work on some things, try and get him on the court a little bit, and work and improve his game to at least get a little bit of value out of him, either to their team or in a trade down the road. They do have him under team control for the next 2 years, but the second year is a team option. So if they really don't like what they see this year, they're not signed into him long term at $8 million for next year. But they can also pick that up if they feel they want to. Hernangomez being involved in this obviously has to happen to match the salaries, and so the fact that he's on a 2-year deal as opposed to Patrick Beverley on a 1-year deal obviously means that Memphis see enough in Jarrett Culver to want to take him on because Patrick Beverley is on about double the salary Hernangomez is. But Beverley's only on a 1-year deal. Hernangomez is on that 2-year deal. And if they pick up Culver's contract, then they're not saving any payroll anyways. So with Hernangomez making 6.9 this year and 7.4 this or next season, and him not penciling in to be someone that's going to be a key part of this rotation as he looks to be behind Jaren Jackson Jr. and Xavier Tillman at the power forward spot, they obviously see a nice bit in Jarrett Culver, and I don't completely blame him or blame them because he had some promise in college. Now he hasn't shown anything really in the NBA, but when the team you're drafted by and playing for as a young player doesn't believe in you, doesn't play you consistent minutes, and obviously don't care enough to develop you, that's not going to help. So if you can come into a much more positive environment in Memphis where they actually care about you, where they actually want to try and develop you and see something in you, that in of itself might help the situation a lot. Especially when you're talking about someone who's still only 22. This is a young kid still. Sure, a 22-year-old doesn't want to be called a kid, but he is still young. I'm 20. I'm young. Not having support from who you're being employed by at your job that you're trying to improve at is demoralizing. That's just a fact. And so Jarrett Culver will come in now to a team, hopefully with a much more positive environment for him, entering year 3, and he can actually show some promise and develop on his game with Memphis. I think that's what I would hope to see. I'm sure that's what Jarrett Culver is hoping for. And I think that's Memphis's thinking in making this trade, because otherwise I don't understand why they would make it. That seems to be the thought process for me, and I'm excited to see what Jarrett Culver can do with Memphis in this upcoming season and see if he can get some regular playing time and work himself into the rotation and just start to feel a little bit more comfortable in the NBA. With that being said, that is my thoughts on the Jarrett Culver to the Memphis Grizzlies trade for Patrick Beverley. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my thoughts on everything else NBA offseason and free agency, then be sure to click the box on the right hand side of the screen. That being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.